Hey guys, it's Shadney. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I have a process video showing you how I did this simple layout. It was really easy. I first added some white gesso just in that spot I showed you where my finger was running. Um, and that was just to kind of calm it down there and add a place for my picture. I wanted to use this mint green doily. This paper is a really old one I've had forever, and I love it, but it's such a busy background that I never really had a place to use it. So I'm just doing a very small photo on top and not a lot to cover up all the background just because it's so pretty. These are some older stickers that you can use. The top peels off and it's just an adhesive on white foam that you can use to add glitter or like micro beads or anything like that. So on this one I'm going to add some glitter. I have, sorry, I say a lot. I have a red glitter. It's kind of a pink red that matches that background paper perfectly. So I just showed you how I peeled some of the top off and then I'm adding the glitter over the top. The only problem with these letter stickers is that they are so old that some of the adhesive has come off when I peeled that paper off. You can see on the C where there's a little bit showing. So I just add some glue and kind of mush it around and add the glitter. I had to do that to one other letter, but if you peel the paper off really carefully, you shouldn't have that problem. And then I just fast forward so you didn't have to watch all that and did all the glitter on all the letters. So then I cut the wax paper down and then cut it in half so that I could maneuver it around and figure out where I want it. And then I just pulled a couple chipboard pieces that I liked, that I thought coordinated and went with this layout, and put them on more wax paper little pieces so that I can maneuver those as well. I'm cutting some paper to layer behind that photo and just inking the edges. The inking I like just because it adds a nice level of distinction between the layers so that you can see the layers more distinctly. I think I already said that word. Anyways, so now I'm just adding some fun foam behind the photo. The fun foam's nice because it's super cheap and it is thinner than most foam adhesive, so it doesn't add too much dimension to your page. Some people are worried about that. I like a lot of dimension. It means you can't fit as many layouts in an album, but they're really nice to look at. So now I pulled out some pink paisley Paige Evans ephemera pack, and I just pulled that little camera from it. This layout is just about my daughter playing in the scrapbook room with me. She loves to craft with mom, and she has her own little table right next to mine, and all her own supplies. So this is some of her stickers that she has decided to put all over her face, which is nice and fun. So she thought it was so silly, so we took pictures, and so I just had to scrapbook it. But one of the things she always says is, "Mama, what are you doing?" And I say, "I'm making a scrapbook." And she goes, "I'm making a scrapbook too." And so that's the whole joke. So there she is, and she has welcomed herself into the video. Later she'll have some mishap with the camera. You'll see. So I'm pulling out some spray mist and just using it to add some splatters across the back. It's like a really dark gray. It almost looks black on this, but it matches really perfectly with this because the black on this background paper is black, but it's like kind of distressed, faded looking, so it's that nice dark gray. So once it was all dry, I came back and started adding in some more. I started adding, oh, you can hear her crying for me now. She just realized I was back here without her. So I added some washi tape, and I did use tape runner on this tape because it's really old, and I don't think it was a very good quality to begin with, but I love it, so I keep it and just use a tape runner to make it stick. So I added some washi tape, not even realizing that you can't really see it that well because it looks just like the background. So now I'm just putting everything back on. I want some more layers behind the photo to make it pop up a little bit more, just give it some more interest, I guess. So now I marked on the paper with a little pencil where I want to cut, and then cutting that down. And these are both older papers as well. And then it's still a little bigger than I wanted, so I'd trim it up a little bit more. And then I love that bokeh, I think, paper. I've had it forever, but I've never used it because I love it so much and didn't want to waste it, but trying to use all my things and not hoard everything, so I'm using it. Just inking the edges again to add that distinction between the layers. There we go. And then just going to adhere it all together. Yep. Okay, so then I'm going to go in and add some foam adhesive behind there. And I don't go all the way across. I leave about an inch across the top without any foam adhesive. I'll add tape runner there. And that's just because that's the area that's going to go over the pennant banner. And it's already got its own dimensions, so you don't want to add some more. And then I'm going to pull out these tickets. I love the tickets. Just tickets in general. I love them. So this is from a Maggie Holmes paper pad, I believe. And I just keep them in my little scrap thing that I have, and then pull them out and use them for layers. There we go. And then, yep, more ink around the edges. And then I'll layer it behind there. And then I was going to put it behind the doily, but I wanted more of it to show. It wasn't going to show enough, so I just added directly behind the layers of paper on the picture. And then these are some really old washi strips from Studio Calico. Again, I'm trying really hard to use things I have that I love and not hoard them. So just adding some of that on there. And then I ended up tearing the edges just to make it more the right length, but also because that one edge was like fake torn. Like it looked like it was torn, but it was because it was cut that way on the like on the backing sheet. And then I destroyed the doily, so I tore it up, you saw. Pulled out another one. Thankfully, I have a million. And then add the adhesive behind there. There's India, pulling her hand in there. And then not long after this is when she decides that she needs to sit on my lap. So then, all hell breaks loose. I'm adding adhesive to this chipboard, and because I love chipboard, but it's a huge pain in the ass sometimes, so I just pulled the whole adhesive backing off and just used glue. I used the Nuvo adhesive, and I love it. It's amazing. It's got a nice, really fine tip on it. And then, of course, because everything is going wrong at this point, it just gets worse. Don't worry. I tore up my tape runner, so I pulled out another cartridge. I tried to fix it. I cut some of that footage out of trying really hard to fix it and then giving up and getting mad. So I just set it to the side, and I will deal with it later. So get that all ready. And then I decide I like where the words are, the title is. So I start sticking those down, and then I fast forward so you don't have to watch me do the whole entire thing. So there we go. It's all laid out. And then I've got to do the first half of the title with these little tiny puffy stickers that are, they're thickers from Paige Evans, one of her collections, I believe. There we go. Get them all ready, and then I start sticking them down. and then done. So now I'm just messing with little embellishments, trying to move around. And Indy comes in with a picture of herself. So that was from when she played T-ball this summer. And there's where the video goes kind of wonky and crooked. And I leave it like that for a while, but then it gets worse later, so I just kind of cut out the rest. I'll show you. So she is trying really hard to be a helper and add all these things. And although I love her and it was so sweet, it was very frustrating. So, trying to scrapbook with her on my lap. It's fun. She's reaching, and I'm just kind of ignoring her and letting her do a lot of things, but taking away things that are going to ruin the layout eventually. Um, so I'm adding some more embellishments. That's just a little die cut word, and I want to stick it in those layers. So I add some liquid adhesive because it'll hold better in the long run. And then just keep going and adding more, digging through and trying to find more embellishments that I want. And then the video gets worse and you can't really see much of what I do from here on out. So I'm just adding extra embellishments. I add some little word stickers and like a little bow and just some little hearts and stuff. So I will skip the rest so you don't have to sit and see this crooked video where you can't actually see what I'm doing. Oh, and look, you can see the video I'm watching on my iPad while I'm scrapbooking. Anyway, so I will fast forward. You can see the still shots and some nice up close pictures. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please hit like and subscribe so that more people can see it and you can see new videos in the future. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye.